Vicky Knight stars in this film by Dutch director Sacha Pollock, making her English language debut. She plays a woman called Jade, who is the survivor of an acid attack by her ex-partner and father of her child. And the film is about her coming out of hospital and trying to reconnect with her life. She's the same person, she's feisty, she's resilient, she's a force of nature, but her appearance is changed. And that changes how people respond to her. So she has to realign herself within this new world, not least, heartbreakingly, with her daughter, who, when she first comes out of hospital, finds it very, very difficult to reconnect.
He's still looking. He's definitely looking at my face.
No, it ain't your face.
It is my face.
No, it's not.
There was this one time, I was still in hospital and my mum brought Ray to see me for the first time, and she comes in and she clocks me and she goes, monster. So my mum, she's like, it's a nice monster, Ray. You know, from In the Night Garden, Sea Babies, have you seen that? And I'm just laying there looking at her like, she kept on saying it and nodding her head. Kept on saying it.
Now, Vicky Knight is a first-time actor. This is her first feature, and I have to say, I thought she was astonishing, and I think we are going to see a lot more of her in the future. She absolutely embodied this character, and I thought played it in a way which is just jaw-dropping, because she's not somebody who has a history of performance. In fact, she's been working in healthcare. In her own story, she survived a fire as a child, and so she knows, what it means to have grown up through the sort of those taunts that have, followed her into her adult years. And the film uses prosthetics to augment the scars that she has to turn her into the character of Jade, who is the acid attack survivor. But there is nothing made up about the performance at all. She really is breathtakingly good. She is one of those actors who just holds the camera. And I was talking before about Julianne Moore in Gloria and the way in which there are things that you know about her character because of the way she holds herself. And in the case of this, everything about her performance is brilliantly physical. It's to do with the way she walks. It's to do with the way she stands. It's to do with her physical attitude. In fact, one of the things about her character is that she's a dancer, and there are scenes in which we follow Jade into discos where she goes dancing. But she also dances her way through the role. There's one scene in which she covers herself in a veil and suddenly discovers the weird freedom of effectively being invisible. And it literally, the movie almost starts to turn into a musical. Also, it's dealing with a very, very difficult and very tough subject, which I think that Sacha Pollock has dealt with brilliantly, not least because the film, although it is absolutely rooted in a tough reality, the film has an expressionist palette in which it has hallucinatory sequences. It's very colourful. It has the reds and blues of her dreams, the sort of stroboscopic lighting of these club scenes, this extraordinary, kind of half waking, half sleeping moments in which, as I said, almost kind of hallucinatory visions happen. And what the film does, I think, is it uses, the full tools of filmmaking to put you absolutely in the place of this central character. And it's a very demanding role. I mean, it's a role that requires a level of fearlessness. It's a role that requires a level of revelation. And as I said, Vicky Knight, who I have not seen act before, just absolutely commands the role. And you look at it and you think, okay, that's it. That is it's literally like watching a star being born in front of you. Because to have that, I do think Sacha Pollock is a brilliant director, and clearly they've had a very, very good working relationship. But to literally from pretty much nowhere be able to, and the camera is on her so much of the time, and there are whole sequences in which the camera literally just looks at her and let her eyes, she has very, very expressive eyes, let her eyes tell the story. So I think it's a really, really terrific film. I think it's really well directed, and it's about a very difficult and important subject matter, and I think it is made by Vicky Knight, who I guarantee you is a star in the making.